Hello Sagittarians, and thanks for joining me for the February of 2020 Taroscope with Animal Totem. This is Vickie Verlie, the rock and roll prophetess. I am a born psychic who's been doing readings for well over 30 years. Today we're going to use the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, my own design as always, for the main portion of this reading. Then we're going to follow up with a card from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards, also my own design. If you're a level 2 Patreon supporter, there'll be an additional card pulled from the Sacred Traveler's Oracle card by Denise Lynn. And you can find out more about that by checking the link above or below. This is for Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Rising, and Sagittarius Moon for the month of February 2020. I want to let everybody know, people always comment about the shuffling. I do a thorough shuffle in between the videos. And then I do this loose shuffle on camera and just kind of let Spirit or whatever pull the cards out for me. And that's just the way I do it. Might not be the way you do it, but that's the way I do it. Okay. Another thing I want to point out is that there is no gender in these general readings. Knight, king, queen, they could be male, female, or whoever. Does not apply to a specific gender, even though it does on the cards. If I were doing a private reading for you, then yes, we would apply that, but not in these general readings. Speaking of that, you definitely have some people showing up in the spread here who are not you, by the way. First card out is the Knight of Swords in the upright position. The Knight of Swords may be an air sign, an Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, or sometimes it can be referring to the time of air, and we are in the time of air for the majority of this month. We're going to be in the sign of Aquarius until we move into water, which is all showing up down here, and that's the time of Pisces. So air to water, that's kind of the vibe for the month. If you guys are single and looking, this could absolutely be a love interest if anybody's out there single and looking. We do have the Lovers in the upright position, and that's a very favorable card for love and romance. If you're looking for somebody new, this could be somebody new. If you're not and you're already in a relationship and not looking, it can just say that you guys are in a real good phase. You know, things are going really well. Because anybody who's been in a long-term relationship knows it ebbs and flows. There's times when you're getting along great, and then there's times when you're not, you know. So this would be a time when it's an upswing and that you're really getting along great. And your love life just all in all seems to be going really well here. You know, the Lovers is more of the, you know, love and sexual card, but the Two of Rods is here too. The Two of Rods is a powerful card. Well, it could apply to a lot of different things, but since we're going down this road, I'm going to apply it to as how it pertains to romantic relationships. And this card in a romantic relationship is fantastic. It's one of the best cards you can ever have in a romantic relationship because it says you're on the same page. You see things in the same way. You're looking in the same direction. It's a true partnership. It's a true friendship. And that's, when you have a true friendship, that's what's going to determine whether a relationship will endure. Because after all the romantic love stuff wears off, sometimes you're just sitting there like, oh my God, who is this person? How did I end up with them? I don't even like them. So with this card, it says that there's a solid basis for a long-term relationship, which is awesome. This back to this first person here, it says freedom from bondage. So one or the other of you may have been in another relationship and that you needed to get away from and get out of in order to be together. And the Star card is here, so it's like, this is definitely a meant-to-be thing whenever the Star shows up. Or you have spiritual blessings. You have blessings from above. You have spiritual blessings. You know, it's saying that the spirits have blessed you and brought some kind of a love into whatever they bring into your life. The Empress is here too, so somebody, you know, with this Lovers and the Empress, this could be a pregnancy turn. Somebody could turn up pregnant. So if this is you and this is something that you're planning on, beautiful, great for you. If it's you and you're like, no, I'm not planning, I don't want to have, I'm not trying to get pregnant, then, you know, you could always just take the necessary precautions. Excuse me, it is showing up next to a money card. There is one money card. This spread seems to be very much about, isn't that cool? I took that off and that little eyes peeking through. I thought that was kind of cool. But Seven of Pentacles is in the middle of all this. So there is some financial stuff going on here too, potentially. This could be freedom from worry over some financial things for some people. This is definitely not having to worry about finances as much. And then the Empress can be talk about fertility and abundance. So there could be some changes in abundance and fertility and things improving on that arena. This can also is very much a health card. If anybody's dealing with any kind of health issues, this could be a big time of a sign or a symbol of health improving. For some people, this is going to be their mother. This is a mother or grandmother who's passed on. And they were suffering. They were suffering and they wanted to get out of this body. And then they've moved into spirit now, and they're better. The Empress would say that they're feeling better now. They're feeling like their own self again. This Two of Rods, in addition to being potentially some kind of a love relationship partnership, is also showing up in this row over here. And this person definitely feels like a strong friendship for most people. I mean, this could be the love relationship too, but I want to follow this line to there and say that this is also somebody that you might be working with. Could be a friendship or some sort of a partnership, and it's a very strong connection, and that you do see things the same way, and it would be a successful partnership for the two of you. They're coming forward and making you some kind of an offer, probably in the time of water, when we get into the time of Pisces, which is going to be the 18th. February 18th, we move from the air sign of Aquarius into the water sign of Pisces. So it's probably it could be around that time or after that. There's also going to be a new moon in the sign of Pisces, and that's going to be on the 23rd, so it may have to do with that new moon on the 23rd. But this is definitely something you want to take them up on this offer. You know, you want to take them up on that offer, and you know, this is something that you guys would work well together, and it does feel, this feels more business oriented for sure. You know, this feels very much business oriented for many of you. But definitely love is super strong this month, big time super strong. And relationships and affairs of the heart. I'm going to put that as your affairs of the heart, or matters of the heart. I'm going to put that as your matters of the heart. As your headline, I think. Okay, let me go over and we're going to start shuffling up to get your animal totem card for the month. I want to make a quick announcement. I do offer these special readings that are periodically from time to time, and because the response has been so overwhelming this year with the year ahead, there's so many people ordering them. I am going to extend it, but this is definitely the final date. If you're watching this in January, the year aheads will be available till the end of January, and that's definitely the cutoff date. Then, as we move into February, I'm going to be offering the ingress reading for the Aries ingress, which is like a seasonal reading at the look ahead in the seasonal reading. So the ingress reading will be available. But I mean, I have all sorts of other readings that are available all the time. These are just the special ones that I offer for a limited time. So if you're watching it in January, end of the month for sure is going to be the cutoff on that. I'm not extending it any further. So if you want to get it then. And I'm going to go ahead and shuffle for your animal totem. This is for Sagittarius for February of 2020, Sag. The owl. You know, when I was shuffling, I looked over here and holy really stood out to me, really, really strong. So I think if for some of you, if there's been, this is somebody who's passed on, I want to say that that would be the thing that they were probably very religious. You know, Holy Spirit or holy, that was a thing that they were into. While I'm on the subject of that, before we move to the animal totem, I tell people in private readings, and this can work on these general readings too. I always tell them watch the reading more than once because you don't catch everything the first time through, number one. And number two, these cards, let them talk to you. Like I just saw holy stand out to me. If you see lovers, might stand out to you, or mystic, whatever you see stand out to you on these cards, on this deck, that is a way that you can get a personal message out of a general reading by letting those words just come off at you. And if you watch it more than once, maybe this time fertility stands out to you. Maybe the next time you watch it, the queen stands out. You know, every time you watch it, you'll get a different thing can stand out to you, and you can get a different message. But let's move on here to this owl energy. Silent flyer of the night, occult messenger of the spirit realm. Messages from spirit for sure. Transmutation through expansive wisdom, clearing of obstacles at a miraculous rate. Well, that shows up here too with this devil in reverse. That's a clearing of obstacles. That's a releasing and a letting go of, obstacles. things are changing. Some of you are waiting for like a divorce to come through or something, some of you. But it's not any kind, it doesn't feel like this is any kind of clandestine thing with star being in the picture. It would be more likely that maybe somebody's been separated for a long time and their divorce just isn't final yet. It would be more of that kind of a vibe. Or maybe it's just somebody that you knew a long time ago and you always, maybe you're even like this air sign stuff, maybe you're looking at them on social media and you know it's the one that got away or something, and you find out that they're divorced, and then you can get a hold of them and you guys hit it off and pick it right up there. But yeah, it's looking really powerful. Owl is very much a card of higher wisdom. Owl is a card of higher wisdom, higher sight, seeing things from a deeper perspective, a higher perspective. Wisdom, we all know the saying, the wise old owl, right? So it's a really very powerful card. Okay, everybody, I'm going to start shuffling up. We're going to do for the Patreon peeps. The way I do this is you pay one price and you get to see all 12 videos. You don't have to pay for each individual video. So you can watch Sun, Rising, Moon, you can watch all 12 of them. You can find out about that through Patreon if you're interested. I'm going to start shuffling up, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in and supporting me and my channel. Please do check out my website. I have books and t-shirts and decks. The t-shirts are under the art section that I design, and I have adult coloring books, and they're more like workbooks for personal growth if you're interested in any of that, and just all sorts of stuff. And of course the readings are there, so please do check it out by perusing my stuff and supporting me in that way. That helps support the channel and keep things going. I want to thank you for supporting me online through liking, sharing, commenting, and all the things that you've done. I always read all the comments, and subscribing. You can find that subscribe button down in the bottom right if you can't find my I was going to say my program, but yeah, I guess my program, my channel, or my videos. You can always hit subscribe. And I appreciate you all so much. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate. Have a great month of February, and I'll speak to you soon.